Well, friends and neighbors, you know how it goes. I just about had this thing back together. Let me get it light. The drive sheave and everything. Oh, and naturally, yeah, I put Loctite on that brass gland nut. And now I can't get it back off. But I just about had everything back together, and I realized that the whole drive sheave is turning on the crankshaft. So I probably sheared the key away. The bolt that goes in the end that holds it into the crankshaft may have come out, pulled threads, or sheared off. I don't know. Maybe all the above. But, oh, and if I remember right, to get to that bolt, there's, maybe you can see that roll pin. Yeah, there's 3 of them in there. If you go back at my videos, see what I had to do with those roll pins. It's going to be a funzie. But regardless, to get anything done in the part, I have to get that drive belt off. And those of you that have dealt with these drive belts know that that may take 20 minutes. It may take 3 hours to get that off. And it doesn't help with my homemade exhaust deal to get that belt off of this jack shaft, because you can't get your hands back down in there and drive wedges into that pulley to spread it apart. So I guess when I get that belt off there, I'll bring you back for the big unveiling when I pull that other half of that drive sheave off. Yeah. I don't have the big book of swear words, and I'm trying to refrain from the strong language, so I'll bring you guys back. Well, we're getting some headway. No, the belt isn't off. You have to spread this upper sheave and then block it some way to where it's open. And before I put that new spring right there in and this new belt on, it wasn't a huge fight getting that sheave to spread and getting some slack in that belt to where you could start walking it off. But being that new spring and that new belt are in there, it's an issue. So what we did, and what everybody tells you to do, and I've done it, matter of fact, you about got to do it, put a ratchet strap around the belt. Let me get up here, around the belt, and pull on it to help draw the belt down into that sheave to get some get that sheave to open up. Once you get that sheave opened up, you wedge it with something other than your fingers. Do not put your fingers in there because they will be gone. wedge a block of wood or something in there to hold that sheave open. Take your ratchet strap loose or off, and then you can start, let me get the phone up here, you can start working that belt over the edge of that sheave. What I've done this time, being that spring is 10 times stronger than the one that was cut in half, and a worn out belt, I broke out the 1/2 ton Porta Power, and I got, you probably can't see it, I got the jaw or clam spreading deal in there. It kept slipping out, so we always have tire inner tubes laying around. I cut a piece of tire, because the reason we always had tire inner tubes laying around is we used them for horn wraps on the saddle. So when we were roping, your rope didn't, you didn't lose your dally, your rope didn't come loose on your saddle horn. So I've got plenty of old inner tube, most of it's pretty rotten, but that sheave is concaved, both halves. So I had to put a piece of inner tube over the end of that spreading jaw to keep it from sliding. It still wants to slide, but it's staying in there better. I need to find a block of wood or something to get in there and to hold that open before I start letting pressure off this strap and releasing the belt, because I don't trust that jaw opening thing. I've had that thing for over 20 years and it worked just fine until one of the neighbors got rear-ended by some chick, and she spilled like a 1/2 pound of marijuana in her car when she rear-ended him, and it bent the whole back of the box of that Dodge pickup straight up in the air, and the right hand back wheel wasn't even touching the ground. And he brought it over to me, and I spent probably a month and a half with the torch and heating things up and getting that frame all straightened out. We took the box off because it was scrap, and but I got the frame all straightened out on it, and found him a flatbed on Marketplace and put that flatbed on there. Hell, he drove it for another year, 2 years, something like that, and then he traded it in. But anyway, that Porta Power worked fine. And then I don't know, I mean, I had chains and binders, the Porta Power, everything pulling and pushing and stuff on it, but none of the rams work anymore. They worked fine when I put it away, but I don't know if the seals went to hell in them or what, but it was a really handy tool. And that spreader jaw is the only thing that works anymore out of the 2 rams that came with it. Anyway, I'm going to cut you back off, go back to the wood pile, try to find a big wood chip or some kind of a wedge to stick in there and to hold that, and hopefully I've got it spread enough now to where I can start working that belt off. So I'll bring it back. Ed, don't put your fingers in there. Okay. Well, friends and neighbors, it's only been an hour, hour and a half, but we finally got the belt up out of that sheave. I tell you, it's always easier with 2 people. I could have had somebody, you know, working the Porta Power, and I went to the wood pile and got a piece of wood to wedge in there, and finally got the got enough space where I could get the damn thing pried over and off. I don't think there's any good place to put you here. All I'm going to do for right now is get that strap out from behind that belt and I guess pull that, I know it's hard to see, that section of drive sheave right here. Pull that out enough to where I can get the belt over the top of it, and then I'll bring you back for the big reveal. We'll all find out together what the heck the issue is. Well, I got the strap out of there and the belt slid over. Let's rotate that drive sheave. I'm going to try to keep you in frame. I want to see if that set screw, see right at the top right there, there's a hole. I had a set screw with some Loctite on it. Let's see if we can turn that. I want to know if that set screw is still in there. Let me pull my other hand shoe on. I'll try to keep you in frame and focus. Well, the keyway isn't sheared, but it's dang sure loose on that crankshaft. Let me see, how can I get you guys set up? There's nothing to clamp you on. This phone, it shows I have to be further away than what it actually is. Otherwise, everything here, I'm right on top of everything. Well, let's try to do it this way. I'll try to keep you in the frame. Okay, now maybe you can watch from above. I'm going to try to get that belt on the back side, and that's not gonna be an easy feat. Let me see here. What if there are the lights right in your road. Let's put the light up there. Now you can see the belt. And what I'm trying to accomplish, I'm trying to get the belt on the back side of that sheave. And that belt, being it's new, it's stiffer than old Aunt Neffy's purse strings. So let me find a pry bar, like a tire bar or something. Let's see. And that really doesn't. There we go. I gotta I'm trying to, there we go, get that belt on the back side, like so. Now, let's come around the side here. I can't remember if I have to pull this wheel off to get this. Oh. Yeah, well, got the bolt flopping in there. No. Looks like the crankshaft keyway. The key that we had on the crankshaft. What happened to the bolt? It held all that in there. I wonder. I don't see it. I didn't see it drop out. Let me set that down there. Is that the bolt? No, that's the keyway. Huh. I wonder, well, I guess we'll leave that on. I wonder what happened to our bolt. Let me see. I'm gonna take the old magnet. There's the key. It's not rounded off or anything. I'm guessing in that big keyway, it's still all lined up. That set screw is gone. That held it to the crankshaft. That set screws in place, but it just holds all of our inner, well, I guess it does. And try to get the light right. There you can see the head of it sticking through. It holds that small key on the crankshaft. So at least nothing's broke. But what's going to be a pain in the rooster I put Loctite on that. So I'm going to have to heat this up and try to beat it off of there, which I'm not going to do. This video is long enough, and I didn't even intend on making a video, but here we are. I wanted to keep you guys up to date on what's happening, so now we have it. What a pain in the rooster. That new belt and that new spring, holy cataloni. What a bear. What a bear. So, it's late enough in the afternoon. My back is done. But, yeah, we got the, see, and this is the problem with this phone. I can't back up far enough. We tilted the so-called cab frame forward so we get the seat up. Had to raise the arms clear up because, you know, you guys with tractors and loaders, you know what it's like trying to lean in between and over and under. Yeah, I don't need to explain that. What a mess. Well, I'm going to clean things up and we're going to wrap this video up. I know it's not Sunday. It's Monday. And, you know, hopefully everybody's got the Christmas shopping done. And, if you feel so inclined, I'll give you my bank number if you'd like to deposit a little Christmas something there. Just kidding. I've never asked you guys for anything, not even for a subscription. I mean, if you guys want to subscribe, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. I have asked for comments. I love comments, you know, people, and I get back to you just as soon as I can, you know, with the comments. And so, yep, if you like what we're doing, give me a little encouragement. Leave a comment, thumbs up, you know, or boy, you really did it this time, you know. The joke when I was growing up, I thought my name was Damn It Martin until I was 12 years old. So, yeah. There we are. We'll get her cleaned up. We'll get her back together. They're calling for 50. I think this morning they said it's supposed to get 58 today. I don't see that happening. Let's check her out. Around and around she goes. 53. And I don't know, there's not much of wind, maybe a slight breeze, so they're saying that the wind chill is 50. So Christmas, they're talking high 40s, maybe 50. We've got next no snow on the ground. Let's see, I don't need, where's my other hand shoe? There it is. I'm done screwing around in here for at least a few hours so I can turn off the light. No, my doors are still catching, and so yeah, the ice is melting, the snow is melting. What my hopes and dreams were today is what they were. I was going to throw the Bobcat back together, and we have a little bit of dirt mixed in with the snow there and up at the corner. I was just going to scoop that up and dump it in the driveway so we had that dirt and rock back in the driveway. I mean, in all honesty, there are some clumps of grass in there from when that I had that short bucket on there and it was just porpoising. But as that snow melts, you guys know that, you know, the dirt is just going to work its way to the top, and it looks like there's more than what's actually there. But it's easier to get up out of the grass or off the snow, spread the snow out, especially if we know it's going to be warm, back on the driveway, and just let the snow melt on there and leave the rocks and dirt behind. But we all seen what happened. So with that, friends and neighbors, keep your chin up, keep fighting. Hopefully the holidays, I know a lot of people get down and stuff. Hopefully that's not the case with you. If it is, just look back at old Doc here and say, God, I'm glad I don't have his problems. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go in, warm my toes, and oh, Penny stole my pickup. Old Pearl's gone. She went to put gas in it for me. $2.04 or something like that over in Sioux City. So she was going to fill it up for me. Anyway, be kind to yourself. Do something kind for a friend, a stranger, or a loved one. Just the simplest things could make somebody's day. Happy trails.